the vast majority of candidates who apply to jobs specifically on job boards don't get responses. And so what we want to do is find tactics where you're able to get a side door. There are millions of jobs on Indeed and LinkedIn. This is where there's the largest center of jobs ever on earth. And let's say you want to become a product designer. So the first thing you want to do is find who is hiring. And the second thing you want to do is get an introduction at these companies. For sure, get job alerts. It's always helpful to be immediately alerted when someone is looking to hire and recently posted a job. But let's take a look at, for example, Playbook Engineering, product owner or product designer at Zilch or Capfinity. Let's take a look at Zilch, for example. Here's a role that may be interested, and let's say you like this role. Before you apply on the company's site, I'd recommend to go to LinkedIn, search for the company, and there is a 90% plus chance that you'll find that company there. Open up that company link, click on people. In here, you'll be able to see who works there and who you may know. Chances are you may not have a first-degree connection. I don't have a big network in London, so I'm not seeing first-degree connections. But I'm seeing someone who works in talent acquisition, and I'm seeing a product designer, and I'm seeing the VP of product. So what you can do is, instead of clicking connect directly, because if you hit connect, it's going to send the connection message, the connection, without giving you an opportunity to send a message, an introduction message. So open it in a new tab, command or click or right click, and then open in a new tab. And let's do it with 3 individuals who have a good chance of getting back to us. You can see here that there are almost 300 employees, 258 employees at Zilch. And so there are many. There are senior designers, digital talent acquisition specialists. So anyone who you find useful, go for like 5, 8, 10 people that you can contact. Click on connect, and you're going to have an opportunity to add a note. In 95% of the chances, you'll be able to add a note. If there are a third-degree connection, you have to click on more and then connect. But here I see the person I can connect to them right here on the interface. And in very rare cases, do they require you to know their email address? So very famous people, in order to send that connection request. In this case, I can immediately reach out to Jessica. I've already put together a note here and tried to make it personal. And by the way, this is my personal preference. So here's where you can express yourself in any way you want. For me, I tried to put in 300 characters, something where it's going to be impossible for them to refuse. And because the only thing that matters is for them to connect at this point. And even better, if they can respond and say, oh, wow, okay, yeah, happy to connect. And then you can send them a message. And that should be all you need in order for them to flag your application. So I put this message here. Hi, Jessica. I'm interested in a product designer job at your company, and I'm one of the hardest workers you'll ever meet. Since we at Jobs for Humanity most of us have had extenuating circumstances, then I am of the opinion that it's okay to say I have had extenuating circumstances, though I was in a car accident 4 years ago and as a result lost my eyesight. I'm reaching out for you if you can help flag my resume. In the pile, maybe connect, maybe please connect. And then you put your name and then submit this. And then you can send this message to multiple people. You can send this message to Maher. Chances are it's okay for Maher and Jessica to receive that same note because it's your introductory note. And they're probably not going to communicate and say, oh, someone tried to connect with me. And so with this message, you're saying here that you'd like for someone to flag your resume so that it doesn't get lost in the pile of resumes. So you can apply on the company site This way you're inside the recruitment system and you're not, doing something outside of the recruitment, their applicant tracking system. And this way they can go and send a message, identify who the hiring manager is, and tell them, hey, I've had a conversation with Roy. He seems like a hard worker. He's, pushing hard for the introduction, and I haven't met him, but if you don't mind, take a look at his profile. Or even better, I've taken a look at his profile. He looks like a quality candidate. I'd suggest you take a look at the candidate, and then, or even better, you can get into a conversation where they're like, hey, I appreciate like what happened, what's this story, how did you find us? And then you can have a conversation with potentially the hiring manager or someone on the recruitment team. This would be a side door. And I would recommend to do this with every single company that you apply to. So just like you do it with Zilch, if you look for Capfinity, you're going to find Capfinity here. Here's Capfinity, and you can do that exact same process. Click on the company, click on people, find the people there. Partnerships, no. CEO, why not? I don't know, that's the CEO of Capfinity. Alex is the CEO of Capfinity. And then you can identify the right individuals that you want to connect with. There's also an ability to filter people. So you can search people by title. Maybe you can do designer or talent acquisition or recruiter. And you'll find these individuals who are designers at Capfinity. You'll notice here when you open it, because this person's a third-degree connection, I see message. I don't see connect. Here's connect. Here you can put, we don't know each other or other. Hit connect, and then you can add a note. And then you can paste your message. That is a very effective tip. And I'd love to open it up for questions and discussion.
I have a small addition. If you can find the boss that is hiring and you can connect with them and go like, I have a few questions about the position, it will make you a much stronger candidate than if you just connect directly, or if you anything else. If you just go like, hey, I saw the position, this is a situation that I'm currently in, but I have a few questions about the position, and it shows that you already have knowledge in that field and you already know that field. I mean, I don't know, I'm not a product designer or I'm not an animator, but if you can geek out together with another person about being an animator about something, that's gonna really give you a lot better chances in connecting with that person and getting past that first few hurdles, if that makes sense.
And that same technique, I shared it with one of the job seekers as we were doing individual coaching. Actually, I was on this couch right there talking to Raleigh. And after I shared this with him, he started to get interview after interview after interview. And 3-4 days ago, he landed a job. That's Raleigh is 61 years old. He's not the most, in a world of, I'm looking for younger talent, high energy, in the job description, he may not stand out. But because he reached out and was able to show, like access the side door, he started to get a lot more responses. And he was able to play to the fact that he is older. We talked about, hey, use what makes you unique as a strength. Because companies, first of all, will never say no to diversity, especially not now. And second of all, in a world where they're hiring super young talent, super quick talent, if you talk about your ability to articulate the mission, the vision, the value clearly, because you have experience, having mentored people, then all of a sudden your ability to bring a new dimension to the team that they may not have, a level of discipline, of professionalism, all of that comes with being a baby boomer, for example. And we can talk about individual skills, which you know in yourself as a job seeker, whether you come from any of the other communities that we're supporting, or any of your own background, whether you have lost your eyesight, or you are a refugee, or you are a single parent and a caretaker. You have a level of skill, and that you've honed in on a level of skill that most other people haven't, and you can speak to that and use that as a strength.